After hours of deliberations by the Emergency Committee of the World Health Organization over the status of Ebola in the Democratic Republic of Congo, members have decided it requires a vigorous international response.
There is concern about spread of Ebola from Goma, a getaway, even though so far no cases were newly infected in this city. 2, there is disappointment that there has been a recurrence of intense transmission in Beni, so that the geographical expansion is now some 500 kilometers. 4, the fight is ongoing for a full year now.
The meeting was called after a preacher who had traveled to Butembo, about 200 kilometers north of the city of Goma, to pray for the sick, tested positive on his arrival back. He died earlier this week. At the border between Goma and Rwanda, health workers are taking no chances. Rwanda has already told its citizens to avoid traveling to Goma. The WHO committee has, however, warned against closing borders and restricting trade. DRC government officials say many of those who came in contact with the preacher have been vaccinated, and it's unlikely Ebola will spread further. But there are still concerns. Goma is a key city.
I can't afford to be afraid, because if I'm scared of carrying someone, I'll get no clients, and that means no money. So what shall I eat?
What will we do now? Shall we lock our children because of this? I'm very worried.
More than 1 million people live here, and sitting at the tip of Lake Kivu, it's easy to travel to other countries in the region, as well as other parts of the DRC. Vaccinations in affected areas have intensified. This is Beni in North Kivu province, where there is concern that more people are getting sick. There is also concern about the disease spreading to Uganda. Health workers in southwest Uganda are vaccinating people who could have come in contact with a Congolese woman who visited the busy Mpondwe market to trade a few days ago. She died of Ebola when she returned home. The government says she did not cross at a formal border point where she'd have been screened. This is the same region where a child tested positive for Ebola last month after his mother took him back to DRC to bury his father. The child later died, adding to a death toll of more than 1,600 in the past year. Catherine Soy, Al Jazeera, Nairobi.